The Ones Who Wear the Shield, Chapter 1. The Stop It was a blazing July afternoon in Southridge, a sprawling town just outside Houston that prided itself on its small-town values, even as its skyline grew with glass towers. Officer Mark Delaney was on his usual patrol route, sipping lukewarm coffee and watching the world go by from behind polarized sunglasses at 3:17 p.m. He noticed a black SUV with out-of-state plates parked awkwardly off the shoulder on Route 17. A black family. Parents and two kids stood nearby, looking under the hood. Without missing a beat, Delaney flicked on his lights and pulled over. He stepped out, hand resting casually on his holstered weapon. Vehicle trouble? He asked, but his tone was laced with skepticism. The father, a well-dressed man in his 40s, nodded. Yes, sir. Engine overheated, I think. We've already called for roadside license and registration, Delaney interrupted. Eyes narrowing, the wife looked at him, then at her husband. Sir, we're just trying to get help. Delaney didn't flinch. Ma'am, this is a busy highway. I need to see ID from everyone. Step away from the vehicle. The children clutched their mother's hand. Her jaw clenched. Is this really necessary? It's procedure? Delaney lied. You people can be unpredictable. The words hung in the air like smoke from a gun. The father's face remained calm, but something in his eyes shifted. He said nothing as Delaney began calling in backup. No crime. No cause. Just a hunch, a prejudiced, baseless hunch. Chapter 2. Blue shadows. Within minutes, a second squad car pulled up. Another officer stepped out, looked around, then frowned. Delaney, what's this? Just making sure they're not casing the area or carrying contraband, he said. The other officer raised an eyebrow. For a family with two kids and a flat tire. Then came the low hum of a blacked-out Suburban, official government plates glinting under the sun. 3 sharply dressed men in suits exited. One flashed a badge so fast, Delaney almost missed it. Special Agent Robert Fields, Federal Protective Service, the man said flatly. Stand down, Officer Delaney. Delaney blinked. Excuse me. The father stepped forward now, with absolute calm. Agent Marcus Ellis, Department of Homeland Security, Office of Intelligence and Analysis. My wife is Dr. Liana Ellis, Deputy Director of the Cyber Threat Task Force. We're here on federal assignment. My badge and her credentials are in the glove box. Would you like to reach for them? Or shall I? The entire highway seemed to freeze. Delaney stammered. You didn't say I didn't need to, Ellis said, eyes locked onto Delaney's. We were just a black family in a broken-down car, right? That was enough. The second officer took a silent step back. Chapter 3. Internal Affairs. By nightfall, the dashcam footage had been sent directly to Internal Affairs. DHS didn't waste time. Southridge PD received a formal complaint and request for cooperation with a federal inquiry. Delaney sat in the precinct, beads of sweat collecting at his temple. His commanding officer, Captain Ruiz, stared at the screen, replaying Delaney's words. You people can be unpredictable. Ruiz shut the laptop. You're suspended. Effective immediately. Delaney opened his mouth. Don't, Ruiz said. Not a word. Chapter 4. The visit. A week later, Ellis requested a private meeting. I'm not here to ruin you, Officer Delaney, he said, sitting across from him in an empty community center room. But I want you to understand something. My kids heard you say those words. My wife had to keep them from crying. You didn't just humiliate me. You told my children that their skin was a threat. Delaney's voice cracked. I made a mistake. I didn't know. That's the point. Ellis said. You didn't know. But you judged anyway. He stood. I don't care about your apology. I care about change. If you ever wear that badge again, you better earn it. Epilogue, redemption, or resignation. The story made local news. National news. It sparked a town hall. then a reform initiative. Delaney faced disciplinary action, mandatory bias training, and 6 months unpaid leave. He could have resigned, but he didn't instead. He enrolled in the same diversity and de-escalation workshops he once mocked. He volunteered at the community center, where Ellis now helped train local officers on federal procedure, and every time he saw a stalled car or a panicked child on the roadside, he remembered the moment when his power collided with his prejudice and lost moral of the story. Justice doesn't just wear a badge. Sometimes it's the one being pulled over, watching to see who you really are.